और उसको प्लॉट किया है, मतलब ये ज्योमेट्रिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन है ऑफ द टू डायमेंशनल वेक्टर। फॉर एग्जांपल मैं अगर जैसे देखिए, अगर v एक वेक्टर है और इसके दो कंपोनेंट्स है एक्स वाई, तो इसकी ज्योमेट्री एंड इफ एक्स एंड वाई बोथ आर पॉजिटिव, तो इसकी ज्योमेट्री ये बन जाती है कि ये वाई एक्सिस है और ये एक्स एक्सिस है। ठीक है, तो आपने इस वेक्टर को प्लॉट करना है अलोंग एक्स एक्सिस, आपने एक्स यूनिट मूव करना है, और अलोंग वाई एक्सिस आपने वाई यूनिट आपने मूव करना है, और फिर आपने इस वेक्टर को इन दोनों पॉइंट्स पे जब आप मिलाएंगे तो आपने इस वेक्टर को इस तरह से प्लॉट कर लेना है। सो दिस इज द ज्योमेट्री ऑफ दिस टू डायमेंशनल वेक्टर। ठीक है, ये इसका ग्राफ बन जाता है। सिमिलरली यहां पर इन्होंने ये 3D वेक्टर लिया है, एक्स वाई और जेड जो भी इसके कंपोनेंट्स, या अगर आप कुछ और आप अगर नंबर्स ले फॉर एग्जांपल, और किसी वेक्टर को अगर आप 3D में प्लॉट करना चाहते हैं तो वो हम किस तरह करेंगे। देखिए, अगर कोई वेक्टर हो इस तरह, लेट्स से v इज इक्वल टू ये एक वेक्टर है, फॉर एग्जांपल ये है 2 और -1 और 2, इस वेक्टर को आपने प्लॉट करना है। तो पहले आप ये कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस आप लें, तो हम ये जेड एक्सिस में लेता हूं, और ये आप वाई एक्सिस लें, अब ये आप एक्स एक्सिस लें, जेड, और ये पॉजिटिव वाई एंड दिस इज पॉजिटिव एक्स। ठीक है, और इसी तरह यहां पर इस वाई को एक्सटेंड कर दें, सो दिस इज नेगेटिव वाई एक्सिस, और इस तरह इसको एक्सटेंड करेंगे, सो दिस इज नेगेटिव एक्स एक्सिस, और ये जब यूं आएंगे तो ये नेगेटिव जेड एक्सिस होगा। अब इसका तरीकाकार ये है कि अगर आपने इस वेक्टर को आपने प्लॉट करना है 3 डायमेंशन में, तो पहले आप इस तरह करें कि आप इसके एक्स कंपोनेंट को लें। इसका एक्स कंपोनेंट है 2, तो आपने अलोंग एक्स एक्सिस, और चूंकि +2 है तो आपने अलोंग एक्स एक्सिस 2 यूनिट्स आपने मूव करना है। अलोंग एक्स एक्सिस आप ले 2 यूनिट्स। ठीक है, फिर आपने y है -1। ठीक है, तो आपने पैरेलल इस पॉइंट से, ये आपने x लिया है 2, आपने इस पॉइंट से पैरेलल टू y एक्सिस 1 यूनिट, पैरेलल टू y एक्सिस आपने 1 यूनिट मूव करना है यहां पे, तो ये पॉइंट आपके पास आ जाए। ठीक है, तो जब आप ये पॉइंट आपको मिल जाए तो ये होगा 2 और -1, इसको फिर आपने यहां पर इसके साथ मिलाना है। तो अगर आप देखिए, आपको एक्स वाई प्लेन में एक रेक्टेंगल नजर आ रहा है। ठीक है, ये x इज इक्वल टू 2, y इज इक्वल टू 0, और ये है x इज इक्वल टू 2, y इज इक्वल टू -1, एक रेक्टेंगल नजर आ रहा है। अब यहां पर है z कंपोनेंट इसका है 2, तो आपने इस रेक्टेंगल के जितने भी आपको ये वर्टिसेस नजर आ रहे हैं, हर वर्टेक्स पे आपने पैरेलल टू z एक्सिस, हर वर्टेक्स पे आपने पैरेलल टू z एक्सिस आपने 2 यूनिट्स मूव करना है। तो ये एक वर्टेक्स ये वाला है पैरेलल टू z एक्सिस। एक वर्टेक्स ये वाला है।
Excuse me, sir.
जी जी
Sir, please speak in English because here is
ओके ओके
some foreign students.
ओके 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 okay, we are discussing here the geometrical interpretation of vectors. So in the first initially I discussed the geometry of two-dimensional vectors, and here I am discussing the geometry of 3D vector. For example, this is a vector in 3 dimensions and its components are 2, -1 and 2. Okay, and we want to plot this vector in 3D. So first of all, we need to draw the axis, the z-axis, y-axis, and x-axis. So I draw these axes, and then look, this is the x component of this vector, which is equal to +2. So in order to plot this vector in 3D, we need to draw this component along x-axis, which is +2. So along x-axis, we need to cover a distance of 2 units along x-axis. So this is 1 unit and this is 2 units. Now for y component, we need to move 1 unit in the direction of negative y-axis from x is equal to 2. So move 1 unit in the direction of negative y-axis from this point. So this is the point 2 and -1. Here the x coordinate of this point is +2 and the y coordinate is -1. This is the point. Now join this point with this point and this point. So you will get a rectangular region. Okay. Now in order to plot this, the third component, which is equal to, which is the z component and is equal to +2, we need to plot points parallel to z axis. In other words, we can say that move 2 units parallel to z axis at each vertex. So this is the vertex of this rectangle. So move 2 units parallel to z axis and z axis. Also at this vertex, move 2 units parallel to z axis. Also here, move 2 units parallel to z axis. Here we need to move parallel to z axis 2 units. Also here we need to move 2 units parallel to z axis, and then join all these points. Then join all these points.
सर जी आपने राइट साइड पर क्यों नहीं लिए पॉजिटिव जो इंटीजर्स है एक्स की राइट साइड पर तो पॉजिटिव हम लेते हैं।
ये जी पॉजिटिव लेते हैं, ये x प्लस है ना, ये x माइनस है, ये y प्लस है, ये z प्लस एंड दिस इज z माइनस, दिस इज y माइनस। आप ड्रा करें x एक्सिस और y एक्सिस की कोऑर्डिनेट। अब 3D में आप कोऑर्डिनेट्स आप प्लॉट करें, यू विल गेट दिस। आप क्या चाहते हैं कि x प्लस यहाँ पे हो?
यस सर, ये राइट साइड पर तो होना चाहिए था।
the 3 dimension de
da 3D de kana asal ki da da sakari shi right side or da da rotate foolish.
ओके सर, ओके सर।
सर जी एक्सक्यूज मी सर जी।
यस
सर जी वो सेकंड लेक्चर में दरमियान में वो प्ले नहीं हो रहा था, तो उधर से भी हमने नहीं देखा था, तो आप इधर से पढ़ा रहे हैं तो ये तो वो भी नहीं सीखा, फिर वो प्रॉब्लम होगा हमें।
सर उस लेक्चर में जो है ना,
ये वही
लेक्चर में है ना
ये वही लेक्चर है सर, दोबारा रिपीट करवा रहे सर।
ये वही लेक्चर है।
ओके ओके, सॉरी सर जी, सॉरी।
दिस इज द सेम लेक्चर। Okay, in order to plot the third, okay, in order to plot the third component, the z component, we need to move 2 units along z axis or parallel to z axis. So here move 2 units along z axis. Also here 2 units parallel to z axis, 2 units. Similarly here move parallel to z axis 2 units. Similarly here move 2 units parallel to z axis and join these points. So you will get a cubic shape. You will get a cube. Now this vector will be the join origin to this point. So this will be your required vector in 3D. This is your required vector in 3D whose components are given. This is the procedure to plot a vector in 3D. Is it clear? First
Yes,
of
sir.
all, okay. So here the geometrical interpretation of 2D and 3D vectors are given on this page. Here some particular vectors are given and their geometries are given in figure 1.9 and 1.10. Next, here the matrix transformation is discussed. The definition is if A is an m by n matrix and U is an n vector, then the matrix product AU is an m vector. A function if mapping Rn into Rm is denoted by if from Rn to Rm is called a matrix transformation. A matrix transformation is a function actually. It is a mapping f from Rn to Rm and is defined by f of u is equal to AU, where this f is this matrix transformation and this u is the input vector and the dimension of u is n. U is an n vector. So the matrix transformation is actually a mapping from n-dimensional space to m-dimensional space. And here the domain element will be an n vector and which is denoted by u. U is called the pre-image and AU is called the image of u under this transformation f. AU will belongs to the image of this transformation f. For example, like if we have a matrix, we can say that as we know that a function is denoted by f and a function is a rule of correspondence between two non-empty sets x and y such that for each x belongs to x there is unique y belongs to y for which f of x is equal to y. Then this rule is called a function. Similarly, a matrix transformation, it is a mapping or it is a function from a set Rn to a set Rm. Rn contains vectors, all vectors which contains n components. For example, if I say that a mapping from R square to R square, so here the input element will be a two-dimensional vector x and y, because the mapping is from R square. So the element of this, the member of this set will be a two-dimensional vector. Similarly here, f is a mapping from Rn to Rm. So the member of Rn will be a vector and it will be an n vector. U will contain n components. It will have n components, u1, u2 up to un. It will be a column vector of dimension n by 1. So a matrix transformation is denoted by f from Rn to Rm, and we will have its definition as f of u, where u belongs to this set Rn, is equal to AU. A will be an m by n matrix and U is an n by 1 column matrix. So the result of this product will be another vector if we denote that vector by V. So the dimension of V will be m by 1 because V belongs to this Rm. So a matrix transformation is denoted by F from Rn to Rm. It is a mapping from n-dimensional space to an m-dimensional space, and it is defined as f of u is equal to AU, where A is an m by n matrix and U is an n vector. And the result of this product will be another vector, and this vector will be an m vector. This V is called the image of U under the matrix transformation A. So here some examples are discussed. Now
सर इसमें ये R क्या रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है? ये R
R is the n-dimensional Euclidean space. It will be discussed. देखिए ये हम पढ़ेंगे चैप्टर 6 में वेक्टर स्पेस है असल में जिस तरह होता है ना simple when we are talking about a simple a function, yeah, we are talking about f from R to R. So R is the set of real numbers. Okay, similarly R square है Euclidean space, R cube, R4, it depends on the dimension. So ये Euclidean space है Rn. सही
समझ नहीं है सर।
देखिए आप R को तो जानते हैं ना कि R क्या होता है? R the set of real numbers होता है ना?
आओ जी।
और भैया R square दागे से तो R cross R वाला जाएगा क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट होगा ना R square से और R के मंग सर सिर्फ रियल नंबर जी R square के मंग सर R रिपेयर जी यूक्लिडियन स्पेस है तमंगवायु का ना दा वेक्टर स्पेस भी ठीक दा
हाँ जी
भैया R क्यूब के मंग सर R ट्रिपल्स भी दागा शांति भैया मक के सर R n के भैया मंग सर n टपल्स भी
सही है सर।
कैसे असल की द बुक स्टार्ट के दा इस वीडियो डिस्कस की पदे बन गया डिटेल के डिस्कशन पर चैप्टर नंबर 6 की थी ठीक है
जी सही
द n डायमेंशन यूक्लिडियन स्पेस इन द दी के मंग सर सी दी के मंग सर n टपल्स भी ठीक था वेक्टर्स भाई मंग सर दा वेक्टर्स कंपोनेंट्स बसी n कंपोनेंट्स भाई सपोज पर 3D के मंग सर वेक्टर भी x y and z 4D के x y z w दा शांति nd के n डायमेंशनल स्पेस से रखा ना
सही है सर।
देखिए v1 v2 v3 up to vn दा शांति दे पर n components so this is an n dimensional space and this is an m dimensional space and A is a matrix. So here some examples, some basic examples are discussed. Let it be the matrix transformation defined by f of u is equal to AU. Here this is the matrix of transformation. This is A and it is a matrix of order 2 by 2 and this is the input vector u. So here you are asked to find the image of u under this transformation A. So the image of u, here u is given, it is 2 minus 1. So in order to find the image of this vector under this matrix transformation, you need to just multiply these two matrices. In order to find the image, here the matrix of transformation is, the transformation is defined as f of, so here we will say that the transformation will be, in this case the transformation is from R square to R square. Why? In this case the transformation is from R square to R square because here the vector which is given is 2-dimensional. So this transformation will be from R square, and also if you multiply this vector with this matrix, you will get another vector, and that vector will also be 2-dimensional. So this transformation is from R square to R square, and here this is transformation is defined as f of u is equal to AU. So in this transformation A is defined. What is A? A is 2 4 3 1. A is 2, 4,
3, 1.
3, 1. And U is
2 minus 1.
2 minus 1. So just multiply these two. Multiply. This is a simple matrix product. 2 into 2, 4 minus 4. You will get 0. 2 into 3, 6 minus 1. You will get 5.
5.
So this is the image. This 0, 5 is the image of this 2
Of U.
minus 1. If you
Yes.
denote this 2 minus 1 by U and 0, 5 by V. So V is the image of U under this matrix transformation A. You can also plot these two vectors. Also, you will be asked to express them or to present them geometrically. So the geometry of 2 minus 1 will be 2 along x-axis we have 2 units and along y-axis we have 1 unit. So this is U vector. Okay, and vector V is 0, 5 along x-axis 0 and along y-axis 5 units. So this is vector V, which is
V.
plotted along y-axis. So this is the pre-image and this is the image under this transformation A. Clear? Here
Yes,
are
sir.
another vector U is given 1, 2 and its image is 10, 5. You can verify. Simply multiply this 1, 2 vector with this matrix. You will get 10, 5. And here this matrix A is given, which contains 2 rows and 3 columns, 1, 1, 2, minus 1 and 0, 1. And consider the matrix transformation defined by f of u is equal to AU. The image of, if we take this vector 1, 0, 1 is 1, 2. You can verify. Multiply this vector with this matrix. You will get 1, 2. And the image of 0, 1, 3 is 2, 2. Multiply this vector with this matrix A. You will get 2, 2. And the image of minus 2, 1, 3 is 0, 0. So if we multiply minus 2, 1, 3 with this vector, we will get 0, 0. Here they have written that we need to verify this. So let's verify. What is A? A is
1, 1, 2, 0.
1, 2, 0.
सर मैंने रो वाइज बताया, कॉलम वाइज नहीं.
Okay. 1, 2, 0.
और फिर 1 minus 1, 1.
1 minus 1, 1. And the given vector is minus 2, 1, 3. Minus 2, 1, 3. So let us multiply them. AU one, 2, 0, 1, minus 1 and 1. Minus 2, 1 and 3. 1 into minus 2, minus 2 plus 2
0.
and 0. This
0.
will be 0. Or minus 2, minus 1, minus 3 plus 3, 0.
0.
So the result is 0. So this means that 0, 0 is the image of minus 2, 1, 3 under the matrix transformation 1, 2, 0 or 1 minus 1, 1. So we will say that 0, 0, this vector belongs to the range of the transformation F. When we multiply this vector with this matrix and a result we get this vector, so this vector is said to be the image of this vector under this transformation, and we can also say that this vector 0, 0 belongs to the range of this transformation A. Similarly, 1, 2 belongs to the range of the transformation A, and 2, 2 also belongs to the range of the transformation A or the transformation if and A are the same. These are the matrix transformation. So observe that if A is an M by N matrix, and if F from Rn to Rm is a matrix transformation, mapping Rn to Rm that is defined by f of u is equal to Au, then a vector W in Rm is in the range of if only if when we can find V in Rn such that. So we will say that W belongs to the range if you can find V such that f of V is equal to W. So here some examples are given. Let A be a matrix 1, 2 or minus 2, 3, and consider the matrix transformation defined by f of u is equal to Au. Determine if W 4 minus 1 is in the range of if. So W will be in the range of if we can find a vector u such that f of u is equal to W. Here we need to check whether this vector belongs to the range of this mapping or not. So in order to check this, we need to find a vector u such that f of u is equal to W. So in order to check this, we need to find a vector v such that f of v is equal to W. So let v be the required vector and its components are v1 and v2. Then f of v is actually, this is av and av. Find the product of these two. So av 1 into v1 plus 2 into v2. 1 into v1 plus 2 into v2 minus 2 into v1 plus 3 into v2 minus 2 into v1 plus 3 into v2 is equal to W. If W belongs to the range of A, then W must satisfy this equation, and W is actually, it is given, it is equal to 4 minus 1. So compare these two, v1 plus 2 v2 is equal to 4 and minus 2 v1 plus 3 v2 is equal to minus 1. If this system has a solution, then W belongs to the range. If this system has no solution, then W does not belong to the range. So here we see that this system has a solution. We can solve this system for V1 and V2. The solution of this system is 2, 1. V1 is 2 and V2 is 1. Since we can solve this system, so W belongs to the range of this transformation. Next, some examples are yes.
सर ये इससे पहले वो एग्जांपल था वो 0 0 आया तो आपने कहा कि ये उस ए के रेंज में है, तो आपको ये कैसे पता लगा कि ये ए इसके रेंज में है? 0 0 आपने कहा कि
yes, देखिए, we will say that a vector belongs to the range of transformation if you can find another vector in the domain whose image is this vector. For example, if you can find a vector u when after multiplication with A gives you this vector, then this vector is said to belongs to the range. देखिए, हमने -2 1 3 को मैट्रिक्स A के साथ मल्टीप्लाई किया तो हमें आउटपुट में क्या मिला? 0 0 मिला ना?
0 0
रेंज में क्या होता है? Actually in range we have all the outputs. So since this is the output and this is the input, so this output belongs to the range.
Yes sir, सही है सर.
Okay.
सर अगर ये इनकंसिस्टेंट होता मतलब इसका सोल्यूशन ना होता तो फिर इसके रेंज में नहीं होता ना?
बिल्कुल. If this system was inconsistent, then we would say that W doesn't belong to the range of F. Okay.
Yes sir, thank you so much.
Okay. Another example is given. A book publisher publishes a book in 3 different editions: trade, book club, and deluxe. The book publisher publishes books in 3 editions. This is the first edition, trade. This is the second edition, book club, and this is the third edition, deluxe. Each book requires a certain amount of paper and canvas for the cover. Each book requires pages, the inside pages, a certain amount of paper, and a cover, canvas. So the requirements are given in grams. The pages are required in grams by the matrix. This matrix gives us the information of the required pages in grams. So for trade book, for the first edition, we need 300 grams of paper and 40 grams of the canvas for cover pages. And book club required 500 grams of paper for the interior and 50 grams of the canvas. And deluxe requires 800 grams of paper for the interior, for the inside pages, and 60 grams for the canvas. Let X be another vector. X1, X2, and X3 denote the production vector. Means that X1, X2, X3 are the number of, X1 is the number of trade books produced, X2 is the number of book club produced, and X3 is the number of deluxe books produced respectively that are published. Then the matrix transformation, so it will be a transformation f from r cube to r square defined by f of x is equal to ax. Why this transformation will be from r cube to r square?
सर इसमें दो रो है
इसमें
मतलब
तीन
ये
एक में तीन
Three rows,
वेक्टर्स है
3
Yes,
columns
yes,
and 2
yes. As we
rows.
have discussed that if we have a transformation from Rn to Rm,
M
then the matrix of transformation will be of order m by
plus
n. So
Yeah.
this belongs, this denotes the number of columns and this denotes the number of rows. Okay, so here the number of columns 1, 2, 3. So F will be from R cube. There are 3 columns and there are 2 rows. So F will be from R cube to R square. So this means that our G.
सर बुक पेज नंबर बता दें.
जो बुक मैंने शेयर की है ना, सर ने आपके साथ शेयर की है, वो इससे डिफरेंट है. ये 8th एडिशन है, तो बुक पेज नंबर 55.
सर फिर आप ये वाली शेयर कर दीजिए, वो डिफरेंट है.
I will share this also in Google Classroom.
सर ये उस बुक में एग्जांपल 7 है सर.
ओके सर.
ओके, ठीक है. उसमें 7 है, यहाँ पर 4 है, लेकिन मैं ये भी शेयर कर लूंगा. ओके.
यस सर, थैंक यू सो मच.
So the transformation will be from r cube to r square and it is denoted by f of x equal to x. So our output will be a 2-dimensional vector because it is a mapping from r cube to r square. So our output will be a 2-dimensional vector y1, y2, where y1 will denote the total amount of paper required for all the 3 books and y2 will denote the amount of canvas for all the 3 books. When we multiply this vector x with this matrix A, we will get y1 and y2. Y2 will be the amount of paper in grams for all the 3 books, and y2 will be the amount of canvas required for all the 3 books. So this information is discussed. For matrix transformation, where M and M are 2, we can draw pictures showing the effect of transformation. Okay, in this examples, the effect of the transformation is discussed, that how a matrix transformation affect a vector. For example, let f from r square to r square be the matrix transformation defined by 1, 0 and 0 minus 1. F of u is equal to 1, 0, 0 minus 1 u. So if u is equal to xy, then the image of u will become x minus y. Then we need to plot these 2 vectors and look at the effect of this transformation on this vector. So we can see that if you plot this vector u, so this is a vector in the first quadrant xy, and its image is a vector in the third quadrant. So it is clearly, the f of u is clearly the reflection of u about x-axis. So this means that this matrix transformation 1 0 and 0 minus 1, this matrix transformation will reflect a vector about x-axis. The effect of the matrix transformation F called the reflection with respect to the x-axis in R square. Any vector U will be reflected about x-axis if you apply this transformation on that vector. So this is called the reflection mapping. ये क्लियर है कि नहीं?
Clear है sir.
In example 6, here the transformation F from R cube to R square with the matrix transformation defined by F of U is equal to F of X, Y, Z. The matrix transformation is 1 0 0 and 0 1 0, and the input vector is X, Y, Z. So we can see that the effect of this transformation over this vector is this, or the image of X, Y, Z under this mapping is X, Y. So this transformation is called the projection mapping, because here this vector is given in 3D and the output, the result is given in 2D. So we can say that this matrix has projected this vector on XY axis. This is called the projection mapping. Figure 1.12 shows the effect of this matrix transformation. Here this is a vector in 3D and its image is in 2D. Observe that if V is equal to X, Y is, so these are the images of this vector in, it is called a projection mapping. प्रोजेक्शन मैपिंग में क्या होता है कि जो इनपुट वेक्टर होता है उसको जब आप उस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन के हवाले करते हैं तो जो रिजल्ट हमारे पास आता है उसकी डायमेंशन में कमी आ जाती है. द डायमेंशन ऑफ दैट वेक्टर डिक्रीजेस बाय 1. सो इफ अ मैट्रिक्स ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन decreases the dimension of a vector by 1, that transformation will be called a projection mapping. So here this transformation 1 0 0 0 1 0 has reduced the dimension of this. See, this is the input vector X, Y, Z, and the output contains only two components. So this mapping 1 0 0 and 0 1 0 is called the projection mapping over X, Y axis.
सर अगर ये 3/3 होता तो फिर तो इसमें कमी नहीं आती.
क्या पूछा आपने जी?
सर अगर ये 3/3 होता, इसका ऑर्डर जो है 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 होता तो फिर इसमें कमी नहीं आती.
फिर कमी नहीं आती, फिर प्रोजेक्शन नहीं होता, फिर तो वो आइडेंटिटी मैप होता ना. That would be the identity mapping then. 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1 is the identity mapping. This is a special mapping and it projects. देखिए ना ये here the x component non-zero and the z component non-zero. So this transformation will project this vector x y z onto x y axis. And if you choose here 0 and here non-zero, then the vector will be projected over x z axis. And if we choose here 0 0, then the vector will be projected over y z plane. So we can change these mappings. This is the projection onto xy axis. Similarly, we can have a projection onto yz,
yz, xz.
Yes, simply change this matrix.
सर xz बचेंगे.
आप इसको चेंज कर देना.
xz में ये 0 1 0 नहीं होगा, 0 1 0 नहीं होगा.
y वाला रो 0 0
बिल्कुल सेकंड रो नहीं होगा.
For xz, if we take it like this 1 0 0 0
yes
and 0 1,
yes sir.
So x y z multiply x 0 0 0 0 z. So this is projection onto xz plane. We can also have a projection onto x-axis. If we select this one, if we choose this one as 0, then we will have only x. Then we will have only x. The product will be x only. Then it will be a projection onto x-axis. Similarly, if we choose this 0 and this 1 onto y-axis, if this 0 and this 1, then onto z-axis. So you can make changes here for different mappings, different projection mappings. Another example is this matrix. Let f from R cube to R cube be the matrix transformation defined by f of u is equal to R0, 0, 0 R0 and 0, 0 R. This u is the input vector where R is a real number. It is easily seen that f of u is equal to Ru. Clearly, when you multiply this, you will get Ru. If R is greater than 1, f is called the dilation. If R is greater than 1, it will increase the magnitude of u. Then this transformation is said to be the dilation transformation. The dilation mapping means it dilates the vector. And if R lies between, if R is greater than 0 and less than 1, for example 1 over 2, so this mapping will contract the vector, it will shrink the vector, it will reduce the magnitude of this vector. Then this transformation is called the contraction. So generally, a matrix transformation f of u is equal to R0, 0, 0 R0 and 0, 0 R is called the dilation transformation if R is greater than 1, and it is called the contraction if R is greater than 0 and less than 1. For example, here an example is given, a mapping is given G from R square to R square, which is defined by this. So when we multiply this matrix with U, we will get Ru. So if R is greater than 1, G is called dilation, and if R is greater than 0, less than 1, it is called the contraction. The example of the dilation is this. Initially, U was this up to here. This was the initial vector U, and after this transformation, when R is equal to 2, you will get 2U. So this transformation dilates the original vector. It has increased the magnitude of U. So this dilates the vector U. And here if we choose R is equal to 1 over 2, then the transformation will shrink the vector. It will reduce. This is the original vector. And when we multiply the mapping, when we find the image of this U, we will get 1 over 2U. So this is the image. So it has shrinked the vector. It has reduced the magnitude of the original vector. The magnitude of the new vector is now half of the original vector. So in this case, the transformation is called contraction, and in this case, the transformation is called the dilation. Example number 9 discusses a special case of transformation. It is called the rotation transformation. This transformation rotates a vector in the xy plane about some angle. Suppose that we rotate every point in R square counterclockwise through an angle phi about the origin of a rectangular coordinate system. Thus, if the point P has coordinates xy, then after rotating we get the point P prime with coordinates x prime, y prime. To obtain a relationship between the coordinates of P prime and those of P, we let U be the vector this, which is represented by the directed line segment. So here the rotation is discussed. So here this is the coordinate system xy, and initially we select this vector U, whose coordinates, the coordinates of the endpoints are xy, and that point is denoted by P. And when we rotate this point by some angle phi, when we rotate this vector by some angle phi, then the new coordinates will become x prime, y prime, and the new point will be denoted by P prime. Now we need to find the relation between the new coordinates of this vector and the old coordinates of this vector u, and the matrix of the rotation transformation. So I will solve this here. This is y-axis, and this is x-axis. Let's say this is our vector u, and this is the end point of this vector or head of this vector, which is denoted by P, and the coordinates of P are x, y, and this vector x, this vector u makes an angle theta with x-axis. Now we have applied a transformation on this vector u, means we have rotated this vector from here. Rotate this vector means move the end point of this vector u from this point to this point. So we will get another point, a new point P prime, and its coordinates are x prime and y prime. Join this point P with the origin, and let this is the angle of rotation. This is denoted by phi. Now in order to have the relations between x prime and x and y prime and y, let us draw perpendicular lines from P prime to x-axis and P to x-axis. Denote this point by L and this point by M, say, and this is the origin. We can see that we have two triangles. One is OP and M, and the other triangle is OP prime and L. So as you know that in a triangle, if this is perpendicular, this is base, and this is hypotenuse, and here is the angle theta, then cos theta is equal to base by hypotenuse, and sin theta is equal to perpendicular by hypotenuse. So similarly, in these two triangles, in the first triangle, in this OPM, in OPM, in triangle OP and M, in triangle OPM we will have sin theta because here the angle is, in this triangle the angle is theta. Sin theta will be perpendicular, so the length of this perpendicular is y, and the length of this perpendicular is y prime, and the length of this base is x, this total OM, and the length of OL is
X prime.
X prime. So sin theta will be y by OP. Let us denote the length of this. Let us denote the length of this vector by r. The length of this vector by r. Then sin theta will be y by r, or we can write it as y is equal to r sin theta. Similarly, in this triangle, cos theta is equal to
X by R.
x by r, and x is equal to r cos theta. Now in triangle OP prime and L. Now in this triangle OP prime and L. In this triangle, the total angle is, now the angle is here, the total angle. This will be theta plus phi. So in this triangle, y will be, so instead of y, we will use y prime. Y prime will be r sine
plus theta.
Sine phi plus theta. And similarly, x prime will be r cos phi plus theta. R cos phi plus theta. Now we need to apply the trigonometric identities. Like sine alpha plus beta is sine alpha, cos beta plus cos alpha, sine beta, and here cos alpha plus beta is cos alpha, cos beta minus sine alpha, sine beta. So these relations are given here. Now these are the equations. X is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sine theta. Similarly, x prime is equal to r cos theta plus phi and y prime is equal to r sine theta plus phi, as we have discussed. Now from this equation we have x prime is equal to r cos theta cos phi minus r sine theta sine phi, and from this equation we have y prime is equal to r sine theta cos phi plus cos theta sine phi. Now use the values of r cos theta. R cos theta is x and r sine theta is y. So in these two equations, instead of r cos theta use x, and instead of r sine theta use y. So you will get x prime is equal to x cos phi minus y sine phi, and here y prime is equal to r sine theta is y. So y prime is equal to y cos phi plus x sine phi. So this equation 3 gives us the relation of between the old and new coordinates of a point before and after rotation. For example, if a vector is given and you are asked to rotate this vector about some angle phi and then find the new coordinates, then you need to use these relations. From here we can find the matrix of transformation, and that is the rotation transformation. We can write this system as x prime is equal to and y prime is equal to x prime is equal to x cos phi minus y sine phi. And y prime is equal to x sine phi plus y cos phi. Now from here we can write it in matrix form: x prime, y prime, and here we can write it as cos phi, sin phi minus sin phi, sin phi or cos phi, and here write
X,
y. So this is the matrix, this is the input, and this is the output. So this matrix A, this is called the rotation matrix. For example, if you are given a vector u and also you are provided with this angle phi, then you can find the rotation of u counterclockwise as x prime y prime. आपको phi भी गिवन होगा और आपको वेक्टर u भी गिवन होगा और आपसे कहा जाएगा कि इस वेक्टर u का image find करो under this rotation transformation. You will be asked to find the image of this u under this rotation transformation. You will be asked to rotate this vector about some angle. For example, rotate a vector u about some angle 45 degrees. So you need to put here cos the value of phi 45 degrees, cos 45 minus sin 45, sin 45, cos 45. So you will get the rotation matrix and then simply multiply this rotation matrix with the given vector u and you will get the rotation of u about this angle phi. Here in equation 4, they have solved this system for small x and y by a simple addition and multiplication. Here x prime is given as a function of xy and y prime is given as a function of xy. Means when old coordinates are given, we can find the new coordinates. But we can also solve these two equations for x and y. So we will get this equation 4. This system means that if the new coordinates are given, then you can find the old coordinates. Sometimes you will be asked to find the old coordinates and you will be provided with the new coordinates of the vector and you will be asked to find the old coordinates. So for that you need to use this equation number 4. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes. Now here some effects of the transformations are given in these diagrams. This is the reflection. Is shown that if it is a reflection mapping F and it is applied to a vector a1, a2, so the effect will be a1 or and minus a2, and this is shown in this figure. This means that the triangle is reflected about x-axis. तो देखिए हम यहाँ पर क्या करेंगे, अगर किसी ट्राइंगल को आपने रिफ्लेक्ट करना है, if you want to reflect a triangle or if you want to reflect a rectangle, what will you do? In order to reflect a triangle, we need to reflect each of its vertex. You will be given a triangle, the vertices of the triangle will be given. Apply the reflection transformation on each of its vector, on each of its vertex. So each vertex of the triangle will be reflected and
आपकी आवाज कट जाती है दरमियान में।
जी
आपकी आवाज दरमियान में कट जाती है।
अच्छा नेट स्लो है इस वजह से। इसमें ये है ना कि अगर आप किसी फिगर को रिफ्लेक्ट करना चाहते हैं, इफ यू वांट टू रिफ्लेक्ट अ होल फिगर, फॉर एग्जांपल रेक्टेंगल है, ट्राइंगल है, एनी फिगर, सो यू नीड टू रिफ्लेक्ट ईच ऑफ इट्स वर्टेक्स. फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स हैव एन एग्जांपल. This is here a triangle is given, say this is the vertex, one vertex of triangle 0 0, another vertex is 1 1, and another vertex of the triangle is 2 0, and we want to reflect this triangle about x-axis. So as we know that the reflection mapping is defined as, the reflection is defined as f of u is equal to 1 0, the reflection about x-axis. The reflection mapping is defined as 1 0 0 minus 1 of u. So first, let's say this vertex, this is u1, this vertex is u2, vector u2, and this vertex is u3. So find the reflection of each vertex. So first of all, we need to find f of u1, the reflection of u1. The reflection of u1 will be, multiply it with the reflection mapping, 1 0 0 minus 1, and u1 is 0 0. So the result of this will be, if we multiply, we will get 0 0.
0 0 0.
So this point is reflected as itself. And f of u2, will be 1 0 0 minus 1, and here is 1 1. After multiplying this, we will get 1 0 0 minus 1. So we will get 1 minus
1
1 minus 1, and find f of u3. F of u3. So
0
1 0 0 minus 1, and u3 is
2 0
2 0.
is equal to 2 0
This is equal to 2 0.
2 0.
Now plot these points, plot these vectors. 2 0, this one, 0 0 is this one, and 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1. Let's say this is minus 1. This is 1 minus 1. Now plot this triangle. You can see that the triangle is reflected about x-axis with the help of this transformation. So if you want to reflect the whole figure, you need to reflect each vertex of that figure and then plot that figure. Okay?
सर अगर मैट्रिक्स ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन -1 0 देन वो y
जी जी,
एक्सिस
तो वो असल में देखिए 1 0 0 minus 1 जो है ना, ये सिर्फ अबाउट एक्स एक्सिस रिफ्लेक्ट करता है. अगर -1 0 0 1 हो तो फिर ये अबाउट वाई एक्सिस रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा.
ओके
वो फिर एक्सरसाइज में गिवन है, इंशाल्लाह वो हम एक्सरसाइज में भी डिस्कस कर लेंगे. आप खुद भी ट्राई करिए, ये रिफ्लेक्शंस तो आप चेंज कर सकते हैं. सही है? रिफ्लेक्शन अबाउट पॉजिटिव एक्स एक्सिस भी हो सकता है, नेगेटिव भी हो सकता है, अबाउट वाई एक्सिस भी हो सकता है. इन ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को आप चेंज कर सकते हैं. And this is the rotation transformation. Here this originally this parabola is given, and we have rotated each point on this parabola. So the result is given here. Before rotation, this parabola is given, and after rotation, this, and this is the rotation mapping. So ये आप try कर लें. Consider this point, this point, this point, this, and this. 5 points are given on the parabola. Rotate each point on this parabola, you will get the transformed parabola with the help of this rotation matrix. Exercise 1.5. In exercise 1 through 8, sketch U and its image under the given transformation. So here the transformation is given 1 0 and 0 minus 1. This is the reflection with respect to x-axis. So here 2 3 is the input vector. We need to find the image of this vector u and then plot that image. So here we have एक मिनट सब्र करें. Okay. Exercise 1.5. So here the transformation is given 1 0 and 0 vector u is 2 3. We need to reflect this vector. We need to find the image of this vector under this transformation, and then we need to plot that vector. So a mapping is defined as f of u is equal to one zero 0 minus 1 into u, and here u is given as 2 3. So f of u will be 1 0 0 minus 1 and u is 2 3. Multiply them 1 into 2 0 into 3 2 1 0 into 2 or minus 1 into 3 minus 3. This is the reflection of that vector. So plot u 1 2 1 2 and 3. So this is vector u and its image is 2 minus 3 1 2 and 3. This is f of u. In each question you have to perform these two steps. First find the image of u and then plot the vector as well as its image. Question number 1 through 8. Similarly अभी एक स्टूडेंट ने पूछा, फीमेल स्टूडेंट ने, कि अगर -1 0 और 0 1 हो तो देखिए, so this is the reflection with respect to y axis. Question number 2, this is the reflection with respect to y axis. So you have to plot this vector, then find the image of u and then plot its image. Similarly in question number 3, it is a rotation transformation. Here it is given that u is given -1 3 and you are asked to rotate this vector through an angle 30 degrees. So what will we do?
ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन मैट्रिक्स के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे जो आपने फाइंड किया था हमने, उसमें एंगल जो होगा वो 30 डिग्री पुट करेंगे।
कॉस और साइन का एंगल कॉस साइन और माइनस साइन पाई।
In question number 9 through 11, let f from r square to r cube be the matrix transformation defined by f of x is equal to x, where a is 1 3 and -1 2. Determine whether the given vector w is in the range of f. So here we need to check whether this w belongs to the range of a or not. So for this we will assume that let we have a vector u whose image is w, and then we will have a system of equation. If that system has a solution, then w will belong to the range, and if that system doesn't have a solution, then w will not belong to the range. So here we will solve question number 10 11 9 maybe. Let's solve this question number 11. The transformation is given a is 1 3 and -1 2. -1 2. We need to check whether w which is given as -1 minus 9 we need to check whether W belongs to the range of A or not. So if W belongs to the range of A, W must satisfy this equation. AU is equal to W. So let U is equal to, assume that U has two components. U is a two-dimensional vector. Assume U as U1 and U2. So A is 1, 3 and -1, 2. And vector U is
U1 and U2.
U1, U2. And W is
Equal to -1, 9.
-1, 9. Solve this system. Solve this system. If this system has a solution, then W belongs to the range of A. If this system has no solution, then W does not belong to the range of A. So let us solve this system. Multiply this 1 with U1 and 3 with U2. So
U1 plus U1 plus U2.
3U2
3U2 is equal to -1.
is equal to -1 and minus U1
Yes, sir. -1 U1
plus 2U2
2U2 is equal to -9.
is equal to -9. Adding equation 1 and equation 2.
2. So in this
Adding
way,
these
U1 cancel.
5U2 is equal to -10. Or U2 is equal to
-2.
-2. Putting the value of U2 here. So this equation implies that U1 plus 3 U2 is equal to -1. So -6 इस साइड में जाएगा +6.
U1 is equal to 5.
U1 is equal to 5.
5.
U1 is equal to 5. So here vector U is 5 and -2.
In the range of A.
So this means that we can find a vector U whose image is W. So W belongs to the range of A. Similarly, question number 10.
सर इसमें
Sorry.
W का इमेज है.
W U का image है. Yes, W is the image of U. U is called the pre-image. U belongs to the domain and W belongs to the range. Okay. In question number 12 through 14, with the matrix determine whether the given vector is in the range. तो similar question है as जिस तरह भी हमने discuss किया ना, same to question number 11. 12, 13 and 14, they are same to question number 11. Question number 15 through 17. Give a geometric description of the matrix transformation defined by f of u is equal to AU for the given matrix A. So here you need to give a geometric description. So for this you have to consider generally a vector in 2 dimension xy and then multiply that vector with this matrix and then plot that vector. Is it clear? Consider, for example, geometric description. Geometric description. For example, if I consider the question number 17. Question number 17, A is given as 1 0 0 0 0 and let U is equal to xy and assume both xy are positive. Both xy are positive. Then find AU. Find AU. So AU will be 1 0 0 0 xy. It will be only x. So its geometry will becomes, if this is xy, this is u, then f of u is this, its projection on x-axis,
X-axis.
because after multiplication we only have x. So this f of u is the projection of u on x-axis. So this means that in question number 17 the projection mapping is given, and here it is the projection over y-axis, and this is the rotation matrix. I think this is also the rotation, you can verify them, and this is the reflection with respect to y-axis. आप चेक कर लेंगे ये 17 और 15 16.
Yes, sir.
These two are the projection, this is the reflection. ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
In question number 18, some matrix transformation if have the property that f of u is equal to f of p when u not equal to b. In this question, it is given that we will have the same image for different pre-images. So in this question 18, part A and part B, an image W is given and you are asked to find two different pre-images. Means that for two domain elements, we can have a single element in the range. So here an element W is given in the range, and you are asked to find two elements in the domain whose image is W. So here it is just discussed that some matrix transformation if have the property that f of u is equal to f of p. This means that the image of u and the image of p are same, but u and v are different. U and v are two different vectors and their images are same. So it is possible for a function that is the image of different vectors can be the same for each of the following transformation defined by f of u is equal to au. Find two different vectors u and v such that f of u is equal to f of v is equal to w for the given vector w. तो इसमें से कोई एक सॉल्व कर लेते हैं. Let's solve the question number 18 part A or 18 part B. So question number 18 part A, the matrix of transformation is given as 1 2 0 0 1 minus 1.
One, 2, 0, 0, 1 minus 1.
And vector which belongs to the range is
0 minus 1.
0 minus 1. We need to find two vectors in the domain. So let u will be a vector and you will have three components: u1, u2, u3. Because it is a mapping from r square to r square. No r square, no r cube to r square होगा. R cube to r square है. There is some typing mistake. Multiply a with u. So a is 1 2 0 0 1 minus 1, and u is u1 u2, u3, and set this equal to w. W is 0 minus
0
1.
minus 1.
Okay, multiply u1 plus 2u2
u1 plus 2u2
equal to
0.
And u2 minus u3
u3. u3 is equal to minus 1.
equal to minus 1. So here we have two equations and three variables. So one variable will be free. One variable will be free. So let write this equation as u1 is equal to minus
minus 2u2.
2u2, and write this equation as u3 is equal to
minus 1.
u2 plus 1, and u2 is equal to u2 say. So if we choose any parameter, this is the solution of this system. Instead of u2, we can use let's say t. So if u2 is equal to t, so our solution will be u1 is equal to minus 2t.
ये u2 is equal to u2 repeat करें.
u2 is equal to t. Repeat करता हूँ, wait. And u3 is equal to t plus 1. So this is the solution set. They have asked to find two solutions. We can find infinite solution actually. For t is equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
T is
Yes,
some
sir.
real number. For t is equal to 0, we will have 0, 0, 1. And for t is equal to 1, we will have minus 2, 1 or 2. अच्छा देख u2 का आपने पूछा ना, तो चूंकि
सर
u1 की
समझ आ
वैल्यू आ
गई.
गई, समझ आ गई?
समझ आ गई. Yes, sir.
Because u2 is u2, we have
Yes,
no
sir,
relation
yes.
for u2.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So from here, this is actually the solution.
It has many solutions.
We have infinitely many solutions, and we are only asked to find two solutions. So for t is equal to 0, for t is equal to 0, we will have u. We will have u is equal to 0, 0, and 1. And for t is equal to 1, similarly, we can use any other value of t. T is any parameter. We can have, for t is equal to 1, we will have minus 2, 1, and 2. So these are two solutions. So these are two vectors which belongs to the domain and whose image is W. So this means that different pre-images have the same image. Clear?
सर ये t is equal to 0 के अलावा या 1 के अलावा भी तो हम चेक कर सकते हैं.
कुछ भी. T is real number. You can use any value of t. T is real number.
Okay.
Okay. Last question. Let f from r square to r square be a linear transformation defined by, this is a rotation transformation. For phi is equal to 30 degrees, f defines a counterclockwise rotation by an angle 30 degree. So if t1 is the action of this mapping on u, which is defined as a square u, describe the action of t1 on u. देखिए t1 of u is equal to a square. So when we apply a on u, it will rotate the vector u through an angle 30 degree. But when we apply a square, so it will rotate. That means that we have applied a 2 times. Let us discuss it geometrically. For example, we have a vector u here. This is the vector u, and the matrix of transformation, this is defined as AU. and this A rotates this U through an angle 30 degree. But when T1 is given, T1 of U is given as A square. So A square means A into AU. So this means that you have applied this transformation 2 times. So this AU will rotate this vector U by 30 degrees, and again this A will rotate this resulting vector by 30 degrees. So what will be the action of this T1? It will rotate the vector by 30 plus 30,
60
degrees. Okay, ठीक है ना? The action of T1 on U is, आप कहेंगे, you will say that this T1 rotates this vector U by 60 degrees. And what is the action of T2 on of A inverse? If this A rotates this vector clockwise, counterclockwise, so what will be the action of A inverse? The action of A inverse will be the rotation clockwise by 30 degrees. So this A and this T2 will rotate this vector U clockwise through an angle 30 degree. And here in the last part they have asked that what is the smallest value of K for which TU AKU is equal to U. K की वो कौन सी वैल्यू हो सकती है, स्मॉलेस्ट वैल्यू, कि जो U को अपनी पोजीशन पर वापस ले आए. What will be the value of K such that T of U is equal to AK of U is equal to U? Means that what is the smallest value of K if you apply AK on U and you get the same vector? So we know that when we apply and it completes 1 round, so there is a total angle of 360 degrees in this circle. A total angle in a circle is 360 degrees. And this mapping T in 1 times the vector U by 30 degrees. So in how many times it will cover 360 degrees? In how many times it will cover 360 degrees?
In 12.
In 12 times. This means that if we apply this matrix 12 times on this vector U, we will get back this vector. So 12 is the smallest value of K for which we will get the original vector back in its old position. Is it clear?
सर ये पॉइंट
12 टाइम्स को क्या मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे सर?
जी
12 टाइम्स को क्या चीज मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे?
12 टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई नहीं करेंगे, ये ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ऑफ 12 टाइम्स अप्लाई करेंगे. यू हैव टू अप्लाई द ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन 12 टाइम्स on this vector U. मतलब 12 times कब? When phi is 30, then you need to apply this transformation 12 times to get back this vector. If you change this vector, the value of K will change.
Yes sir.
तो आज के लिए
सर ये पार्ट बी एक मर्तबा समझाइएगा सर.
सर आज के लिए
उर्दू में बताएं जरा.
पार्ट बी देखिए, पार्ट बी में ये इनवर्स है ना. अगर ए इसको काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज रोटेट करता है तो ए इनवर्स इसको क्लॉकवाइज रोटेट करेगा. ये उसका उलट होगा, डायरेक्शन इसका चेंज हो जाता है.
तो सर ये 30 से 0 होगा या -30 होगा सर इसका डिग्री?
ना, एंगल तो वही होगा ना, सिर्फ डायरेक्शन चेंज होगा. देखिए ये तो आप या फॉर एग्जांपल एंगल इनिशियली इस वेक्टर का 0 है, ठीक है ना, तो ये काउंटर क्लॉकवाइज जाएगा और एंगल कितना होगा? 30 डिग्री.
सर न्यूटन थर्ड लॉ का मिसाल दे दो.
जब आप ए अप्लाई करेंगे, लेकिन जब आप ए इनवर्स अप्लाई करेंगे ना तो ये क्लॉकवाइज जाएगा और कितना एंगल होगा? 30 डिग्री. लेकिन अगर आप इस एंगल को आप इसकी स्टैंडर्ड वैल्यू आप फाइंड करना चाहते हैं तो वो तो आप यहां से काउंट करेंगे ना, मेजर करेंगे. आपके ज़हन में क्या है?
सर थैंक यू सो मच.
आपके जहन में क्वेश्चन क्या है?
नहीं बस सर ये हो गया सर, क्लियर हो गया।
चले ठीक है, तो इतना काफी है।
यस सर।
यस सर।
ओके चलो
सर
ठीक
ये
है।
बुक शेयर कर दे सर।
हाँ ये मैं भी शेयर करता हूँ, ठीक है
सर ये बुक भी शेयर कर दो,
सर आपने
लेक्चर
इसी के
भी।
मुताबिक समझाया।
लेक्चर भी मैं आपको